right. Let's go first. It's not amazing, but fine. Definitely a keep. Freaky Kiki with the $5 donation. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Ooh, gotta log into my dashboard. Stream Decker, yep. Let's do that. Stream Decker is live. $5 donation says, sorry about the offensive people on YouTube recently. I lost my mind defending you in the comments. It was great. Love you and the beautiful family. And since they call you greedy, take my money, you greedy shill, and add it to green-white scales. Will do. Censor is interesting because I was feeling like I had too much 2-mana counter magic, but Censor's kind of sweet because it cycles when it becomes dead, right? Also, to anybody else that's feeling the need to defend me or the things that I do from people on the internet, just remember, the idiots are going to drag you down to their level, and they're going to beat you with experience. These are people who have nothing better to do with their time other than create hateful messages about people they barely know on the internet. These are not reasonable people that you should feel you should try and create a logical argument with or against. Life is too short. Use your block and mute functions and move on. Well, this is a pretty easy Spellstutter Sprite here. I engaged far too much recently. Don't you think somebody who's engaged far too much is excellent at speaking from experience on you'll never change these people's minds? These are people who literally don't understand the definition of words that you can look up in the dictionary. Anybody who's going to argue with you about the definition of a word that's clearly defined in the dictionary is not worth your time to interact with. Those people aren't bright and are not worth your time. Am I supposed to... Am I supposed to, like, snap opt now? So that way... I feel like I'm supposed to snap opt proactively here so they can't spell queller me. I'm gonna snap opt now to get my 2/1 into play because I don't want it to get counterspelled. Disdainful Draft is particularly annoying for interactive decks to deal with. It's a very fast clock. This is a Drog Skull Captain. I think I'm going to double here. I shouldn't have attacked with this. I should have left this back so I could block with Sprite and Snapcaster here. Let's see if they have a Path to Exile or not. Yeah, that was a small mistake on my part. I definitely should have left back the Spellstutter Sprite that turn. No, I don't think so. I want to leave up opt, snap, opt, or like Vapor Snag, snap, opt. Moorland Hunt is very good against us. Remember watching your stream for the first time a week ago and liked your engagement with the chat. Then I read it. I saw people crapping on you and I was confused why. Wondering if maybe I didn't watch enough of your stream to see the real self. But I've been watching you a lot over this past week and I realized I don't have any clue what you're talking about. Your stream is helpful and entertaining. Well, thank you, DJ Red Lantern. I appreciate that. I feel like I consistently have decent messages that I can give to other people, but I definitely know that I am a person who has... Oh, I should have opted first because I could have hit a counterspell. But that's fine because we found a bolt because I'm a professional. I definitely think that there are... Oh, I can't bolt this, huh? Well, I want to bolt this in response. I definitely think that sometimes in my excitement or my desire to do something, I get a little bit overexcited and my message gets a little bit cluttered in some of the details. Gifted a tier 3 sub to DJ Red Lantern. Well, thank you, Anoronics, for the absurd generosity as always. That's my way of saying thanks. Yeah, Snap Bolt's pretty good here. And then I get to Burst Lightning, kill this one, and then start attacking them. They still have 2 cards in their hand, but this Moorland Haunt is probably going to bury us in the ground. It's a little unfortunate. Oh, I kill it with Snag. Yeah, that's super true, actually. Forgot about that one. Let's fire this up and get in for 3 here. Nah, I think just clearing their thing and holding the Burst Lightning for now is fine. It's a lot of Phantasmal Images. No, I think keeping the Snapcaster Mage in play is valuable. We really need to find a way. Incessant, thank you for the 4-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I really don't have any good lines here. Just play this and pass back. Looking forward to some Izzet Staticasters post-board. There is a ton of Jeskai Ascendancy combo on my YouTube channel. I've played probably a dozen leagues or more with it. Serious question. In your opinion, are casual players who grind and do well at FNMs net more money than the average pro at GCG? You're probably losing less money. The number of people that lose a significant amount of money while playing in those events, I think, is non-zero. Am I supposed to fire up this Conclave? I think I am, actually. I'm gonna try and trade this here. And your Rattle Chains. That's unfortunate for us. Oh, I'm dumb. They have this in play. This powers this up. I think we were in trouble regardless, but that's definitely a big oops on my part. All right, well, that was exactly the draw I needed here. Now I'm really sad that I messed that up. Oh. Well, we're kind of winning this race here, huh? Creature lands MVP. I assume we're going to see them trade this for the Snapcaster. Yep, then they go to 7. Okay. This has been a good game. Good back and forth. Another Mutavault at deck. I like it. Moorland Haunt, crack us for 2 here. I feel like I'm still kind of winning this race. And I really just want to keep nugging them just because we have so many bolts in our deck. We've got all these Wizard Lightnings and stuff, so I'm just going to keep smushing here. I mean, who's saying the mid-range interactive decks can't compete with the Degeneracy? Like, Jeskai and Blue-White consistently put up numbers. They're completely different archetypes, CO. I think decks like what we're playing, this blue-red deck, are generally better in Modern because they're more proactive. But I definitely think they're like completely dissimilar archetypes. No, trying to cast a double red spell in my 14 red source deck is kind of silly. There are cicadas outside of my house. Unfortunately, I don't have any soundproofing I can do. So, Jeff, you have made me a better player, and that is all I could ever ask for. Keep up. I also subbed for the Bomonte experience, so you know where this money should go. Thanks for the 7 months, Frenzied Mage. So... how do I feel about Vapor Snagging this and then attacking? I kind of like it, right? Because they're only hitting me for like 8 next turn. Like 9 at most. And if they don't trade here, they're dead to any Bolt or Snapcaster Mage off the top. Seems pretty good. This is a good block on their part. Good block on their part. Nope. Haunting casting their spirit for lethal is not how math works. That only deals 9. It would be 3 plus 2 plus 4, which is 9. And I am conveniently at 10. Well, alright. Mini Koopa with that brand new Twitch Prime. Thank you very much and welcome. I appreciate it. Thanks for the support. Alright, kill me. This is a great example of why having red spells in your deck is great. Alright, that's a lethal one. Good beat. I mean, this opponent is literally playing Mutavault. So, we weren't going to get there anyways, but let's get back and forth. Staticaster is absurd here. Abrade is absurd. I think I just want to trim some of these counter spells. That was game 1. It was our first match 1, game 1. Do I want Flame Slash? Not being instant. I think I just want to like play to the board as much as possible here. I think there's a good chance they have like Aether Vial, which will make the counter magic worse anyways. Obviously, we don't want Roast. I don't think I want Harvest Pyre either. I think that's too much 2-mana stuff. This hand is great. Turn 1, Delver, 2 copies of the best card in the matchup. Sign me up. Survey says, tilt. I am not going to offer this trade because I have Staticaster to clear out this Wanderer next turn. Yep, Flip Delver is no longer a wizard. That is correct. If they miss a land drop here, this is a concession Staticaster, right? Oink, Doinky Pig, thank you for the brand new tier 2 sub. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff. I appreciate that big level of support. Be sure to drop me a message in private after you look at the donation queue. Let me know if there's a deck you'd like to bump this month. As always, tier 2 subs get to bump a deck of their choosing every single month to thank them for that bigger level of support. This card is very good in all of the matchups that all of the annoying creatures that are good against this deck. So, like, you hate Lingering Souls, too. This card is also absurd there. Nimbus Maze. Okay, nice colorless land. This seems terribly bold in their Mutavault, deck. Because that's not how that card works. Please read Mausoleum Wanderer. My article on Gathering Magic this week, which is actually going to go up on Wednesday, my publication date is changing. We'll be talking about the different variations of fairies and comparing their pros and cons. So if you want thoughts on this deck versus the other fairies decks I've been playing, you want to check my article out this week on Gathering Magic. First one was a 3-for-1. This will be at least a 2-for-1. I think I'm going to go ahead and send this Wizard Lightning upstairs just so I can snap bolt it next turn. Good evening, wife. I saw you in chat. This deck at its core is a blue burn deck. We got 8 copies of Lightning Bolts and we're looking to plow, chat. Kinda 12 copies if you count the Snapcaster Mages, but we've got some fire, to say the least, chat. We've got some fire. Looking to plow. Are they dead? Yeah, they're dead, right? I'm just gonna, like, lightning, snap lightning, like Abrade this. Yeah. Pretty certain I like my decisions that I've made. Remand might be better as Mana Leak. I don't actually know. Seems great, right? Turn 1 Delver, turn 2 Delver. Removal spell, snap removal spell. What do I think of Nimble Obstructionist? I think if Vendilion Clique wasn't legendary and they'd let me play 5 of them, I'd play 5 of them. But it is legendary and they frown upon playing 5 of them, so we're going to play Obstructionist as copies 4 and 5. Add Crack with that brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate it. Yeah, this is a deck that a friend had the original idea for forever ago, and that I actually top 16 to Grand Prix with forever ago back in 2013. And this is an updated variation of it. Just a Selfless Spirit. We got to play Alpine Moon against Valakut, and we would have won on the back of Alpine Moon had I played slightly better. I think I want an extra blue source here. I'm gonna go ahead and play second Delver, Burst Lightning this, and just start smashing here. Why Burst Lightning? Because they won't let me play 10 Lightning Bolts. They only... 8 is the limit on Lightning Bolts, and I'd like to play 10 of them. So we're playing Burst Lightning as copies. Copies 4, 9, and 10. Modern is a format that is all about brutal efficiency. And 1 mana removal that's also reach is brutal and efficient. It is the best instant speed shock variant, I agree. Love the decks, the play discussion, but most of all the rants. False Heart, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime support. Thanks for coming back for another month and keeping me employed here. I appreciate it. Oh, you like the lightning? I don't want to put sorcery speed cards in my flash deck. My thoughts on Alpine Moon versus Blood Moon in this deck specifically, I think you definitely want Alpine Moon, because this deck definitely cares more about tempo, and it really doesn't want to turn its creature lands off. I think in general, it depends on what you're looking to do. If you're looking to hose fair decks, you want to play Blood Moon. If you're looking to hose combo decks like Valakut and Tron, Alpine Moon is much better. So they're at 12, and I have 9 points of damage in my hand. So I'm actually just gonna go... I think I'm gonna go Delver, Wizard Lightning, Snap Wizard Lightning, just like while they're tapped out here. Just like upstairs you, upstairs you, upstairs you. And then like I have this Wandering Fumarole to activate. I was watching your videos on Mardu Pyromancer, I just picked it up myself. But I'm not sure. I think the build that I played that has Ensnaring Bridge and Leyline in the sideboard is very, very well put together. Leyline and Ensnaring Bridge are super powerful cards that, along with Blood Moon, give the Mardu deck a lot of play in most of its matchups. This is a counter burn deck. This deck is sweet, and it fills that role nicely. This is a counter burn deck. That's what this is. This is a blue burn deck. I really would like to reveal my Vapor Snag. Whew. Got a case of the Vapors, chat. All right, sweet. All right, 1-0 start here. While we're waiting for that second match to pop, I'd just like to thank everyone for hanging out here tonight. Happy Sunday. Happy Monday to some people in some parts of the world. My name's Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer, memer, content producer here on Twitch. I focus primarily on Magic and Modern. I'm here 30-plus hours a week. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the people that keep me employed here full-time, so big shout-out to all of them. Really appreciate their support. Past that, you can support my stuff by supporting some of my wonderful sponsors. MTGOtraders.com would love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. Honey would love to save you some money. Honey is a free browser add-on that when you install it via bit.ly/HoogleHoney, you'll be supporting my content here at no cost to yourself. What Honey does is quite awesome. When you're shopping online, Honey looks at stuff that's in your shopping cart that you're going to be buying anyways, and it searches online automatically for coupon codes to save you some money on things that you were going to be purchasing anyways to begin with. Lisa would like to get you on your way to a better night's sleep. Lisa provides wonderful foam mattresses. Christy and I have been sleeping on one for the last 6 weeks now. I don't think we'd ever go back to a traditional pillow top mattress. You can check out links bit.ly/HoogleBedUS and bit.ly/HoogleBedCA. Punt Count Infinity, thanks for checking out Honey. I appreciate it. To save $160 or more on your new mattress. I usually sleep on my side or on my stomach. And of course, we'd like to welcome everyone here to Hoaglandia. Please talk to your friendly neighborhood moderator about receiving your complimentary timeout. We're 1-0 in this league with fairies, heading on into our second match. I would love to play first. Thank you for asking. Turn 1, Delver. Thanks for checking out Honey there. I appreciate it. I want my timeout. We can help someone with that, Lone Wolf. We got you. What's up next? I don't know, Anoronics. We're going to see how long this league takes. If this league takes a while, it might be the last one. I don't know. We also have like a good number of people here, though. I feel bad doing this. Hey, Super Jivey, what do I do? What do I do with my hands? Thank you for the 4-month resubscription, the third of a year of support. Thanks for keeping me here. If we have a good number of people, I'll probably do a third league. 1,100 people is a good number here. That's above my average. Style 777, lots of sevens. Thanks for checking out, Honey. I appreciate it. Hardabent, thank you for the Twitch Prime support. And there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. You need to get a Spellstutter Sprite tattoo with a quote reading. How about no? All right, I'm just going to bolt this now just in case they have some trickery next turn to potentially save it. I'm going to put this Conclave into play tapped and then correct them for 1. If I can find a counter list for either after the freeze or if I feel like getting a tier 3 sub. I don't know what that means, Amity. I need to see an exact deck list for sure. One of the mods for SCG is a subscriber here, and they asked me if I would like a complimentary timeout, to which I said, of course I would, and then they gave me a complimentary timeout. So SCG didn't time me out for saying something bad. They asked me if I'd like one, and I said, sure, that sounds fun. If you think this deck is sweet and it's your first time seeing it before, we've been testing various iterations of this deck on stream. This is one of the decks I'm thinking about playing at the Open at the end of the month. I'm going to the Open in 2 weeks in Indianapolis. You can find a bunch of iterations of it on my YouTube channel. Second Searing Blaze feels real bad. I would love a Snapcaster Mage, thank you. I think in general the burn matchup's not terrible for this deck, but double Searing Blaze is definitely one of their better starts against us for sure. Grim Lavamancer. Well, I'm glad I found a way to kill that. Did I have a good weekend? I did. Life is swell. I have a wonderful family. I have a wonderful wife. The weather was great. Christy and I played a bunch of Pokemon Go. We took the kids out to an arts fair in downtown Normal, which was great. How do I get a re-invite? Once your sub resyncs, you'll be able to rejoin it from your connections page, Vori. So it takes it a little bit to sync though sometimes. All right, so here's an interesting idea. Do I Wizard Lightning them and just start racing here? Or do I think I need to kill this Eidolon? What gives me the better chance to win here? Do I just, like, upstairs them and go, okay, this is a burn mirror, we're going to race? Or do I kill this and then, like, between my Obstructionist and my Creature Land, I feel like I'm just supposed to kill this. I feel like I'm supposed to kill the Eidolon here. I could see this going either way. Yeah, I think because of the Searing Blazes, they're up enough on health that I need to kill this. Yeah, and like that's a really important thing you need to do if you're going to play this deck. This deck is very much a deck about role assessment. It is a deck that you need to be correctly identifying when you are ahead and can race with your burn spells, and when you're supposed to take your burn spells and use them as removal. When you're supposed to be controlling the board with them. Yes, who's the beatdown is very important with a deck like this. So he suspended a Rift Bolt. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this. I think people are right that I need to kill this. I've got 5 fairies in my mana base, chat. There are 5 fairies in my mana base. Get out of here. So, I think we're just casting this as a 3-1 next turn. No, chat, I want to play my 3-1 and beat them to death with it. I don't care about getting 2. There's a deck list on your screen. If you're on mobile, you can type !deck in chat to get a link to the deck list. Coma Cake, oh yeah. Your monthly personal timeout, I got you. Thanks for the 5 months of support. Welcome back. I could delay this a turn, but that doesn't really accomplish anything. Oh, now I can use it to do this, right? Because they've already taken the counter off of it? Yeah, now we can stifle it. Okay, yeah, that's sweet. Because I forgot there's 2 triggers. There's a take it off suspend, there's a take a counter off trigger, and then there's a cast this trigger. Woo! Woo! 3 mana Cryptic Command, chat. 3 mana Cryptic Command. Can you feel the heat? Can you feel the heat? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I'm just remanding anything here because I want to draw a card. Just want to use my mana. There's a non-zero chance that if I don't remand that there, they're just going to, like, pass the turn, and then I don't get to cast my remand. So while, like, the tempo we got there wasn't really relevant, I think I definitely want to just do it like I did. It's a Polluted Delta. Please stop saying health instead of life. They're universal. It's fine. I really don't want to crack that fetch land, right? That's not That's not something I'm particularly interested in doing. I think I just do this. It's possible I'm supposed to fire up with this too. I know they have a lava spike in their hand. Could be dead here. I don't know. I don't really like cracking this fetch land, so I think I just like sending off the bolt here. It's a Delver. What do I want to do here? There's a good chance I'm dead. There's gonna like have two mana spells or like a 2 mana spell and a 1 mana spell. Yeah, I think staying at 4 has value. I agree with that. This has been a really close game. And like how close this game is, I think really shows how reasonable this matchup is for us. This has been a close game, and our opponent has drawn exactly 3 lands in, you know, what turn is this? It's like turn 5 or 6. They've drawn 3 lands in 6 turns, and they had double Searing Blaze this game, and we're like a turn away from killing them. If I drop 100 biddies, can I call next league? Yeah, definitely, Anoronyx. For 100 biddies, I will 10 out of 10 play another league after this. Yeah, I think there's a good chance they're just going to kill us on the untap here. This is pre-board. This is game 1. I had a Remand in my deck this game too. I think we have a mana base that doesn't deal a lot of damage to us, Burgle, and we have a way to kill our opponent pretty quickly. So again, while I wouldn't say it's amazing, I think our matchup is better in this matchup than a lot of these. I think to set the bar low, I think this deck has the best blue-red burn matchup out of any blue-red deck in the format. Do I think Swiftspear is better than Delver? If I thought Swiftspear was better than Delver, I would play Swiftspear in the deck. Did you want to ask why I think Swiftspear is better than, why I think Delver is better than Swiftspear? 2 reasons for that. 1, this is a wizard on the front side. Swiftspear is not a wizard ever. 2, this card provides a quicker clock when it flips. And 3, it's another evasive threat. Evasive threats are very, very good. A part of the reason why this deck is so good at racing is because people are bad at blocking it. That's not true, Defizzy Man. The only reason we would have won the race with that is because we fired off the lightning bolt. And in order to fire off the lightning bolt there, in addition to doing the other things, we would have had to fetch. And if we fetched, we would have died to 1 spell fewer. So we would have died sooner. Sending it on Twatter. Thank you, Anoronyx. So the only, this is not a Weldon polo, actually. I think this is I think it's actually a golf polo. It's got a golf guy on the sleeve. Bergner's is going out of business, so we went in there and bought a bunch of stuff on their sales that they were having. All right, so here's the real question. Do I want to lightning strike this Goblin Guide? I think I do. I'm gonna attempt to sprite this. They could have also just played proactively, though. You're right, I could have given my opponent a chance to mess up, but I think my play was correct, assuming my opponent made good plays. I didn't feel like I was in a bad enough spot that I should have put myself in a position where I needed my opponent to make a mistake. That's Negate. That's not bad. There's a lot of Goblin Guides. You're not wrong. Yeah, the triple guide opener is definitely one of their better ones. So what am I doing this turn? I think I'm definitely attacking with this because I don't think I'm in the chump blocking position. Anoronyx has an emote for a reason. Anoronyx is all about the casual big donations. He's one of the people that makes Hoaglandia keep on keeping on. All right, so do I want to just get my mana leak in here? You can replace Tarns with cheaper blue fetches, but they're going to be pretty significantly worse. Not being able to fetch both your basics is a big deal. You're going to lose a lot of lose a lot of percentage points in matchups like this. So, do I want this to be... I think I want this to be a second blue source here. So I'm going to fetch here, and then I'm going to Mana Leak the Swift Spear, and then I'm going to go ahead and Wizard Lightning one of these Goblin Guides, I think. Okie doke. I guess I should technically let these attack. Alright. Well, that's another bolt at least. I'd start a bit more, but I'm in no position to win. So what are we doing this turn? I think this turn I'm bolting one of these and then blocking the other with Mutavault. Worth noting that the Wandering Fumarole was our red source here, which is quite excellent for us. Another Sprite's actually a great card to have on top. It's important here to note that I want to animate the Mutavault that isn't summoning sick, because I want to be able to tap it for mana for a negate potentially here. Bit Wars, thank you, Wannabe Beetle. So the question here becomes, if they try and kill this, do I fight over that? I feel like I'm supposed to negate this. I guess I could also just let this happen and then Vapor Snag plus Bolt here. Clay Walk with the very generous $20 donation. Thank you for streaming tonight. I love watching you play and learning lots. Well, thank you for the support. I'm glad you're here and enjoying yourself. I think I'm just supposed to let this happen and then Snag Bolt here. That, like, preserves my health total the most. Yeah. I like preserving my health total with the position that we're currently in. That's an interesting line, too. Use the island and then Mutavault to animate Mutavault. I definitely don't hate that line. That's a pretty good suggestion. I think I'm actually not going to attack with this, because this way, if they go to kill my Mutavault, I can sprite the card they're trying to kill Mutavault with and then double block. Alright, we got a freebie off it finally. Like a dozen Goblin Guide triggers later, finally got a free one. So I'm going to animate this. If they let us get to blocks, obviously we'll block. If they go to kill this, we'll go ahead and just Spellstutter Sprite, whatever they're trying to kill it with. Yep. Tap lanes being a little bit of a pain there. Worth noting, if this had been untapped, we'd have been able to sprite that. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and play this Vendilion Clique now, because there's a non-zero chance my opponent could play both of their cards in response to this trigger next turn. So I just want to do this ASAP. Exquisite Firecraft Boros Charm. Well, I guess we'll take that one. Alright, we could die here. Could definitely die here. And again, just like, Burn's undisputably the best deck in Modern when you only draw 3 lands. And our opponent drew exactly 3 lands 2 games in a row. And it looks like we might be dead now. You know, it is what it is. Helping Anoronics by losing that ugly first place badge. Alright, need a removal spell. That qualifies. That qualifies. We're dead to a lot here, but we're definitely just gonna play to our outs. It's like hoping they have creatures and lands here. If by some miracle we get another untap, we're gonna be in a pretty good spot. But definitely don't play around things you can't beat. Let's just make them have it. It's a pretty big if. All right, and that takes a turn off the clock too, which is absurd for us. They drew the fourth land, chat. They drew the mythical fourth land. I've heard a lot about this fourth land. We played black-white tokens in the match before this, Talrand, and we're gonna play and deck from Anoronics in the match after this. Okie doke. All right. We beat the 5x 1-drop draw. We were on the play, but we did manage to beat the 5x 1-drop draw, which is sweet. We faded the turn we needed to fade, and we were able to convert, which was awesome. Okay. Yep. Value to taking the charm with Clique. I can't counter the other one. No, Staticaster is too slow. I think Staticaster is much too slow. I think I'm happy with how I boarded here. They suspended a Rift Bolt. Oh, Flame Slash is great. I forgot about Flame Slash. Not boarding this in was super wrong. Do we want to cut an Opt? I can cut Opt. The Vapor Snag was actually okay, right? I think trimming an Opt seems okay. I think Spell Snare is pretty bad in general in Modern right now, which is why I don't have it in the deck list. It's definitely good against Burn and Storm, but I think this deck has an okay Burn and Storm matchup, which I'm sure now that I've said that again, we're just about to get dumpstered, but I think this deck's Burn and Storm matchup are pretty okay on average. He did. I did see that. Anoronics got the big biddies as always. No, it's really weird, Trey. We only told the kids they could color on one wall, so that's the only wall they color on. You've inspired me to try out this deck, Jeff. Cheers, and thanks for the content. Thanks for the 4 months, Fulpert. I appreciate it. This hand's actually a little bit medium here because we have 2 lands that deal damage to us, but it is what it is. What side of the argument do you fall on in regards to sideboarding theories in Modern? Do you prefer to make your good matchups 50-50 or improve atrocious ones? I think what you want to do with your sideboard in Modern in general varies greatly depending on what kind of deck you're playing. Yep, we got ourselves a big old basic mountain here. But still, we're going to 14 here, and I don't have an immediate clock, which feels a little bit bad. It's a pretty good draw. Get to not deal more damage to ourselves with our lands, which is great. I'm going to do this now, and I think I'm going to aggressively play the Vendilion Clique out again here to try and, like, clear a Searing Blaze. Perfect. So they have Eidolon and then a Bloodstained Mire here. So we're definitely nowhere near out of the woods yet, but we're definitely in an okay spot. And your Goblin Guide, okay. My near 2k sub points, not quite anymore. Every time you sign off, you lose sub points. So I am currently down to 1897. I was closing in on it, and then I took a whole day off. Trey with the $3 tip, thank you, bud. I know I'm watching Jeff Hoagland brew when it has Burst Lightning in it. Am I supposed to trade here? I feel like I'm supposed to trade here, right? I feel like I just want to keep my health total as high as possible. So we don't know their last card. We're drawing an Opt. Which feels a little bad. Yeah, without a way to gain health, I suppose we're... $5 months! Cankle-biter. Thank you for the tier 2 resub for 5 months. I appreciate it. As always, you can drop me a message and let me know. Okay, no. Nothing there. Yep. I don't think I want to opt here. You let me know in a DM what deck you'd like to see this month. So we get to use Nimble Obstructionist to counter this Riftbolt here, which is great for us. I think I'm going to fetch a basic island while I do it too as well. So there are two suspend triggers here. There is a trigger to remove the counter, and then there is a second trigger to cast the spell. And when you stifle the second trigger to cast the spell, the Riftbolt just stays exiled. So we get to Cryptic Command, counter that, draw a card. Yep, report them, Retro Gamer. Block and report. You don't want to play narrow cards in your sideboard in this deck. In Modern in general, you don't want to play narrow cards. Are there any magic cards? Sounds good, Kinklebiter. I'll add it to a dealer's choice. I'd appreciate it. Super happy to attempt to trade this if they offer it. Firecraft. That actually doesn't have Spell Mastery, but I don't have a counterspell here, so we just have to take it. That's a red removal spell. So we actually get to bolt this and then Nimble Obstructionist stifle the trigger here, which is great. Part of me really wants to just take them off red mana here. Is that nuts? Is it nuts to just take them off red mana? What do I want to do? Do I want to take them off red mana? Yeah, I feel like I'm just supposed to use it to gain 2. I think it's cheeky. I agree. I think it's too cheeky. I think gain 2 is better. It's guaranteed gain 2. Whoa, what the fuck? What the f- it didn't ask me to click OK there, right? Do I have to hold control to respond to their trigger? I wasn't auto-yielded. Do I have to hold control to respond to the... I don't have to hold control to respond to their trigger, right? I did not auto-yield Eidolon. Alright. Well, that happened, I guess. I'm sure we're gonna die in response to this now. All right, well, we're not dead yet, chat. We're not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. You will be soon, Grandpa. Don't worry about it. Alrighty. Alrighty, let's go. Let's go. I think we're gonna do it anyways. I think we might get it anyways. I think we are ahead. I get to flash in this Nimble Obstructionist. We've got Spellstutter Sprite. We need them to just like not have. We need them to not have another uncounterable burn spell, right? That's what it needs to be. It needs to not be an uncounterable burn spell. Oh, yeah. Oh, counter burn. Counter burn. Counter burn. Counter burn. Dee-dee-dee. Bee-dee-dee. I love this deck. I'm going to play this deck in Indy. This deck's probably not good, but fuck if I'm not playing it in Indy. Let's just get him. Get him. Get him. Yeah, what a perfect hand to describe something as counter burn, right? Just like double bolts, double counter spell in hand. Whew. 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 Oh, baby. Oh, baby. That is... Like, we can lose the rest of the league now, Chad. I can lose the rest of the league happy. Because that was a phenomenal game of Magic the Gathering. And that's what I want to play. I want to play phenomenal games of Magic the Gathering. How come you're not playing 8 bolts, burn opponent? No, you can't get comp if you won the match. Can we raise enough money for you to wear a wizard outfit in Indy? So I look at the list. I opened it. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine, Interonics. I'm a big fan of Mantis Rider Bloodbraid Elf. Although the Ancient Ziggurats might be a little ambitious in your Crackling Doom deck, but Crackling Doom is hot. Why? I'm not playing 2 basic forests in this deck, Interonics. I'll play basic planes. I'm not playing 2 basic forests in the Crackling Doom Mantis Rider deck. That's absurdity. This list is a net deck. Okay, I'd believe you, but double forest is absurdity. I'm gonna change the mana slightly, maybe, but the core of the deck is fine. I mean, I'm not playing this deck to not keep this hand. Let's go. Let's go! Jeff and his fetish for casting spells, right? If Jeff dresses as a wizard, I cannot attend. Ooh, a Tron strategy. So what's fun here is the Delver trigger gives me an extra chance to find a land with this opt. Because if there's not a land on top, I get to opt past it. Nope. And now I know I want to draw this card. So sweet, sign me up. Maybe Fire Spoon. I don't know. With 2 cards in their hand, it feels pretty wrong. It feels pretty wrong with 2 cards in their hand. Alright, so they're going to have Tron next turn. How does it feel that everybody expects you to dress up for every event you go to? I mean, if they're willing to send me money to do it, I don't really have a problem with that. Costumes are fun. I'm interested in expanding my costume closet, if we're being honest. It is unfortunate that our deck full of counter spells doesn't have any. There's a good chance that we just die this game 1 here. But post board, we get a bunch of counter spells and we get some Alpine Moon, so it's much better for us. Retro Gamer 27, thank you for the brand new Twitch Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. I think I want to jam this Clique on their draw step. I think there's a non-zero chance that they only have one card I can't beat, and we get to jam the Clique. So clicks are only disruption. Let's try and stick it here. Oh, I should have probably fetch shocked there so I could cast both these bolts. Yeah, not fetch shocking was wrong. 10 out of 10 should have fetch shocked. How good is that for me? It's a little bit above average. Sunday nights can be hit or miss. Is Caleb on yet? Yeah, Caleb's not on, which explains why I have more people. All right, what do we got here? That is only one threat. So let's take the Wormcoil Engine and then, you know, hope the rest of it works out. Ha! They actually had natural Tron and they tutored a Sanctum of Ugin. That's funny. Deal. We could draw an Obstructionist for the O-Stone. You're not wrong. I agree, Turkin. I've played this deck a lot, and I think this archetype has a reasonable Tron matchup. I think we're kind of in a medium spot this game specifically, but I think in general, this deck has a pretty reasonable Tron matchup. Like, check this out. We're cracking them for 8 here. They're going to 7, and then I've got 9 points in my hand. If I would have fetch shocked this here correctly, we probably would have been pretty close to winning this game. Because I didn't fetch shock, we could easily lose. Yeah, I should have fetch shocked. I messed up. That's a Wormcoil Engine, but that doesn't save them. And they're dead, right? They're dead, right? Because this doesn't kill this. I put them to 4. I hit them to 2. I kill them with Lightning Bolt. Can I just, all right. Flip my Delver. My Delver didn't even flip for 2 turns, right? My Delver didn't even flip for 2 turns, chat. There were 2 turns where my Delver didn't flip. Could you imagine if my Delver had flipped? This would just be lethal. They'd have taken 4 more. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Didn't draw any counter spells. Didn't need them. Where? All right, Maddie. This is it. This is the deck list. The Nimble Obstructionists were A+, by the way. Nimble Obstructionists were A+. It's been super. I might even play a third one of that card. That card's been really good. No, I just wanted to test this deck for the open. So I figured I might as well stream. I don't know what I'm taking on. I'm going to think about it. Yeah. And you want to see all the sideboard cards I have? The only men's fairy costume I can find is the Tooth Fairy. It's possible that because Obstructionist is easier to cast, and because it's not legendary, that the third one is better than the third Clique. I could see that happening. I could see that being true. All right, so I definitely want all 8 of these cards. Pretty confident. Do I cut 2 lightning bolts? I'm hesitant to cut this much burn. I feel like I want 4 bolts post board. "10 out of 10 would donate to see Jeff dress up as the Tooth Fairy at Indy." Cut you. Y'all are psychotic. Cut Remand. Y'all are absurd. I'm gonna cut Mana Leak before I cut Remand. Cutting a Remand might be fine. I think Vapor Snag does enough. Snag for Wormcoil is very valuable. Sprite kills them. Maybe I just trim a Sprite. Okay, I don't hate that. I guess, so the way I'm used to playing this deck, we don't have enough threats to cut Sprite, but Nimble Obstructionist kind of changes that. I'm gonna do, I think I want 4 bolts in my deck post board. I think Bolt Snap Bolt is just too important. I'm back after being on vacation. What did I miss? Sword me, please. Almost 11 months, JMP. Thank you and welcome back. JMP, I had a crisis of legacy. You're one of my biggest legacy supporters. Legacy was rough this past week. I would like to enter Exhibit A on why Alpine Moon over anything else. So I'm going to name Urza's Tower here. You want to make sure you name a Tron piece they don't have in play yet, because you don't want to turn their lands into rainbow lands if you can avoid it. Trimming Ops is interesting. I don't know. I feel like Opt giving me more access to Alpine Moon is important. I feel like Opt giving me more access to Alpine Moon is important, but that could go either way. Santa Bunny with that brand new Twitch Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Welcome. I'm not draw step clicking here because I want to be able to mana leak a... It's possible I should have ambush vipered there. I don't know. Leak, snap, leak could be valuable to keep this Alpine Moon alive too, though. Is Fumarole better than the second Conclave? I don't know. I do know that this deck gets choked on red mana a lot, though. So I wanted to test more red sources tonight. Hey, Matt, if I played this in Vegas, too, we could do a Peter Pan theme costumes. I'm sure we could do Peter Pan themed decks across the team. That would be funny, right? They could Nature's Claim me here, but I don't have time to play around that. Spatial Contortion, sure. I think I should have played this on 2 to present a clock. It's a lot of Thrag Tusks. It's a lot of I'm going to leave all of these because I have Leak, Snap, Leak, and that's fine. Oh, I guess the World Breaker kills this eventually, huh? But when the World Breaker kills this, they have 7 lands anyways, so, like, who cares? Vendilion Clique full team cosplay. There's the winner too. I did have a great weekend, and I'm happy to be here. I could have gotten in for 2 there. You're right. I should have gotten in for 2. I definitely think that was right. That was more important than the tap land, I think. Yeah, I think we don't have enough pressure here. That's, play a tapped land impasse here. Oh, you know what? That was wrong, too. I should have played the other Mutavault out here, because after I snap leak this Thrag Tusk, I can actually, if I would have played the Mutavault out, I could attack for 6 this turn while holding up mana leak still. That's an okay draw. I definitely just didn't apply enough pressure this game. And this was a good example of, like, Alpine Moon isn't good without pressure, right? I need to, like, fade this World Breaker for a turn or 2. Yeah, this is the World Breaker coming down to take me off the Alpine Moon. Breaker does have reach. Most of our threats don't have flying right now, too, so that doesn't really matter. They only have 2 cards left here, though, which is nice for us. So while they are getting their Tron unlocked, they have Thragtusk and then 1 mystery card. So I've missed a couple of points of damage here, which sucks for me, but it is what it is. I think I just put down Negate here and just full smash, right? Or do I put down Negate and full smash? I guess they're gaining 5 anyways. Yeah, I'm actually just going to leave Negate up. Because if they have Karn, I think I can beat this Thragtusk, but like if they Karn me, we're dead. Snag is not good against Thragtusk. You're not wrong. Fun fact. They printed Thragtusk explicitly to beat Vapor Snag. This is a Walking Ballista. I don't think we can beat that one. Yeah, I think that's going to be too good. Snagging Snapcaster to leak Tusk wasn't an option because Alpine Moon is gone. My mistake this game was not... I should have taken the World Breaker away from them. Like 10 out of 10 should have taken World Breaker out of their hand. That was their way to unlock, I think. I think not taking the World Breaker was a mistake. Yep, definitely a lot going on. I think there's also a possibility I should have just like Snapcastered on too to start beating them down. Yeah. Both of those things together could have added up. Thragtusk definitely makes me want this mana leak. I guess with the counter spells, maybe Vapor Snag is worse. I don't know, Vapor Snag is valuable against Wormcoil, especially game 1, but maybe because I'm just like bringing in Strokes and Ceremonious Rejection, I can afford to like not have that happen. I don't think Abrade is good enough. It's possible that I could see Negate not being good enough in this matchup. I could definitely see that being the case. They definitely want all the mana leaks with Thragtusk being a thing in their deck. Every card you put in your modern deck that costs more than 2 mana comes at a very real cost. And this deck already has a bunch of cards that cost more than 2 mana. The thing that never fails with people when I'm building decks is that they always want to jam more clunky cards into them. That's basically Stone Rains, Surgical Extractions, and add more 3, 4, 5 mana cards to your modern deck. Those are the things Twitch chat loves to do. I'm gonna rejection this. I don't know if that's the battle I'm supposed to be fighting here, but it feels like it. I think I'm in the market to keep a Remand. I don't know, it feels a little medium. I definitely need threats. I think Alpine Moon is fine. My problem that last game was that I didn't have enough threats. It wasn't that Alpine Moon was bad. It's possible that 3 is maybe too many. Maybe it doesn't do enough to warrant 3 sideboard slots, but I definitely think a non-zero amount of them are fine. Moran Gordon, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate it. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. I'm gonna send this bolt upstairs. I wonder if I just want 3 Nimble Obstructionists in this deck. It's very, very possible that I do. Just like not having enough threats is definitely a real problem. Nimble Obstructionist has felt like a very good addition to the deck so far. What are the odds they have natural Tron? Really low? I'm gonna correct them for 2 here. This might be overly aggressive. If they have natural Tron, they could just like screw us here, but I think getting in my 2 points, assuming they don't have natural Tron, is worthwhile. Crumble the Dust is chat stream. Yep, you're not wrong. It's a great way to put it. Perfect. Yeah, I like the attack too. I think we need to just pressure them. The attack means if this Delver flips, we kill them in 3. Well, Blood Moon in these Delver decks and Alpine Moon do functionally very different things. Alpine Moon is a card that's good against decks like Tron, and it's good against decks like Valakut, whereas Alpine Moon does that. Whereas Blood Moon is a card that these decks play to give a giant middle finger to decks like Jund and Esper Control and Jeskai, decks that they want to mana screw or color screw. Survey says nope, and don't want to draw that one, so let's crack this fetch. Sure, we'll draw Scalding Tarn anyways, because Magic Online. That's actually an absurd draw. Fire this right on up here. We might be able to tempo them out of this here. We get to snap Ceremonious. I wonder if I just want a second Rejection in the sideboard. Rejection's pretty absurd here. I think I just have to let that happen, unfortunately. Blood Moon is not particularly good against humans. Humans can get under Blood Moon. Humans has Aether Vial. Humans has Noble Hierarch. I think the only reason you should bring in Blood Moon against humans is if your deck is so terrible against humans, you need a Hail Mary to try and steal it. I think boarding in Ceremonious Rejection against the Hollowed One deck is kind of silly. We kind of fold the Thrag Dead here. Really? Really? I fold the Thrag Tusk? I'm literally holding a Disdainful Stroke in my hand. Rejection is good against KCI too. Actually, KCI is part of the reason I have the Rejection in my sideboard. But I think our KCI matchup is pretty reasonable. Storm doesn't even play Blood Moon, generally speaking. A lot of these successful Storm builds lately don't play it. Alright, hoping on this Delver flip. By that I mean they're going to play a Walking Ballista for 2 and I'm going to right-click and concede the game. Not a Walking Ballista. Oh yeah, didn't get Ulamog this turn either, which feels great. That's a good one. That's a good one. We have them dead next turn. If they just have one threat here, chat, they are dead. So we get to nug them to 8. We get to bolt them to 5. We get to Disdainful Stroke their play, and then we get to kill them. We have another Spatial Contortion. That's brutal. That's probably going to be the game. The Spatial Contortions were very good for them this match. Say no Ulamog? Sure. I'm just like never beating an Ulamog at any point. Yeah, we definitely have draws here. We're not just dead, but we're definitely worse off than we were because they had another Spatial Contortion. I mean, variance and luck play into every part of Magic, right? Like, these games have a lot of variance by design. I definitely tend to favor boarding out Ulamog against aggressive decks that have mana disruption. So yeah, I could see them not having Ulamog in their deck right now too. Looking for a Snapcaster Mage or a Disdainful Stroke here. I'm just gonna go ahead and take this bolt and send it upstairs, because if we draw a Snapcaster Mage, I want to be able to snap Disdainful Stroke next turn. Alright. Still in it to win it, chat. In it to win it. Yeah, there's no way I'm not playing this deck. Win or lose, I just love the games of Magic this deck plays. The tiny edges matches of Magic are just, they're my favorite. They're my favorite. I snap Remand this, right? Do I just let this happen? Or do I snap Remand it? So here's the problem. They get to draw a card regardless, chat. So they could draw a fatty here. Yeah, they get to, if I snap Remand this, they get to sack this for green and then do this, and then I give them a free turn. The problem is I need to kill them, right? And they have 0 cards in hand, so they get 1 random draw. Like, if I snap Remand this, not only do I pick up a card, but I feel like people are too afraid of the feel bads behind what's going on here. I guess their deck's not that threat dense. All right. So here's the other problem though. If they do draw a threat here, they get 2 threats out of it because they have Expedition Map to get Sanctum of Ugin. So, like, if they hit a Karn here, they're gonna get 2 Karns, basically, right? Or a Karn into a Wormcoil. Wait, why did they get a Forest? Oh, they drew a Thragtusk deal. Well, that worked out better for me. I wonder if I want a 3rd Disdainful Stroke in my sideboard over the 3rd Alpine Moon. Like, I know I want some Alpine Moons, but, like, Stroke's pretty good in these matchups, right? Like, arguably better than Alpine Moon a lot of the time. That puts them dead on board. Better than Faerie Conclave, chat. Better than Faerie Conclave. Brick, 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 brick. No! 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 Oh no! All right, they're dead to bolts and wisdom. They're dead to Snapcaster Mages and bolts. They're dead to Snapcaster Mages and bolts. They're dead to Snapcaster Mages and bolts. What are you thinking about? You're dead on board. What are you thinking about? You're dead on board. Exile my Fumarole. Are they thinking about exiling Snapcaster Mage? That way I have to activate Fumarole and I'm tapped out next turn? I guess I don't hate that. Vapor Snag has to have a target to deal damage. All right, so we've got four lethal draws. Oh, we can snag our own snap. Sweet. We have 5 lethal draws. Forgot about that. Good catch. Good catch. I'm obligated to kill the card here, I think. Oh no, the deck with 800 cantrips drew a cantrip. The suspense, chat, the suspense. Oh no. Oh no. Draw lands. No, not more cantrips. Not more cantrips. This has been a tight set of Magic. Just like The back and forth here has just been absurd. Oh, baby. Can we talk about how much worse this Alpine Moon is than a Disdainful Stroke right now? Can we take a moment and reflect on how much worse this card is than Disdainful Stroke at the moment? No, they have 7 mana. They can cast Karn. It turns off Ugin and Ulamog. It turns off Play and Activate O-Stone. It does turn off Play and Activate O-Stone. I chose Mine over Tower because they only have 1 Mine in play. Are you dead? Please tell me you're dead. Please tell me you're dead. Please tell me you're dead. Claim gives the controller health. So if they claim this, I gain 4. That was a tight match, Magic. Look, we're going to 3 every time, chat. But we did it. Man. This video set is about to sell a lot of copies of Blue-Red Delver. Let me tell you, as somebody knows when video sets go well, this video set, to everybody who has felt the need to buy Blue-Red Delver tonight, I apologize, but this deck is gasoline. It is a lot of fun. Locked for the 3-2. Locked for the 3-2. I'm already buying it now. Remember, there are some more videos of me trading or playing different earlier versions of this on my YouTube. I'm going to be playing this a bunch in the next couple of weeks leading in. I think my plan for the Indie Open is I still plan to do a bunch of donation decks, but I think the week of the Indie Open, so not this week, but next week, I'm going to play the last league every day is going to be this deck. So we work and tune it leading into the Open. For not RTFCing, thank you, Mars, for the Bitleys. Joke's on you, I've been on Blue-Red Delver since 2014 and haven't looked back. What do I cut for the 3rd Obstructionist? That's a good question. I kind of feel like I want a 3rd Obstructionist in the deck, though. I'm going to have to think about that. I'm going to think on that. I don't actually know. I don't actually know the answer to that question. Gosh. I think I want I'm pretty confident that I want to cut a non-threat for the Obstructionist. I'm pretty sure I want more threats in the deck, not less. So I don't really want to cut a click for an Obstructionist. I want a 6th 3/1 flyer for 3. Yeah, I think next time we play this, I'm probably going to switch just a 3rd Disdainful Stroke into the board. I did bottom the Snap because I feel like I need a removal spell against most people in the format. 10k for a 5-0. Alrighty. This deck's pretty decent against Infect. Moto might need a re-kick here. What's the plan for this deck against Tarmogoyf? Kill them. Attack them to death in the air. Not only because of Damping Sphere, but I think this deck needs more help. What are they doing? I think this deck needs more help against Valakut than it needs against Storm and Ironworks. Also, remember that Damping Sphere is symmetrical, and this is definitely a deck that's interested in casting multiple spells in a turn. So Damping Sphere's 2nd line of text is very real. Probably Black Infect. I think it's time to kick Moto real quick here. Yeah, this is running real bad. Ooh. Whew. 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 All right, let's restart this real quick. I think Thanks for hanging out tonight, folks, by the way. We got over 1,300 people here, which is awesome. We're 3-0 in this league with Blue-Red, Delver, Faerie, Counter, Burn, whatever you want to call this deck. I love it. It's a lot of fun. We're going to play one more league after this. If you're new, make sure you hit the follow button. I stream Magic here 30-plus hours a week. I play primarily Modern, although we also dip into other formats on occasion. Not going to do a full show plug, just don't want people to see how long my password is because Moto lacks two-factor authentication. So knowing how long my password is helps you brute force my account. Because it's 2018 and Moto doesn't have two-factor authentication. So people not knowing how long my password is added security. We could hear you type. So, I'm going to shock this in so we can stat Mana Leak next turn, potentially. My account was also compromised earlier this month. I had to call and get that sorted. It actually happened the... Is this card good in this matchup, chat? What do we think of this one? Is this... What scale of 1 to 10? Where's this one at? Probably okay. I feel like it's not a stretch to say our Infect matchup is decent. What am I cutting here? Is it nuts to cut Obstructionist? I feel like this is a matchup where we can afford to just be a control deck. So I can go down on threats a little bit. Maybe trim an Opt because it's just filler. Maybe Mana Leak's not good enough. How do you feel about trimming Mana Leak, actually? Mana Leak's a little bit medium, especially on the draw. If they have Black Crusader, can we kill it all? We actually don't. That's reason to leave in Mana Leak, huh? That's kind of reason to leave in Mana Leak. Yeah, I think I actually want this because of that. I'm going to cut 2 Ops and bring in 1 Alpine Moon. I think I never want to draw 2 of this card, but bringing in 1 to turn off Inkmoth sounds pretty reasonable. Like, if I draw it, it's going to 1-for-1 an Inkmoth Nexus, but, like, I don't ever want to draw 2, I don't think. Yeah, I already cut the Remand. The Remands are terrible. Seems pretty good. It's a little bit light on removal, but it's got a quick Delver. It's got Vapor Snag, Snap, Vapor Snag. Harvest Pyre is a little bit awkward without a fetch land, though. Your Jund matchup is not bad. Your Jeskai matchup's probably pretty hard. We have a lot of threats that die to the removal spells. We don't really have good grindy elements. We're basically a burn deck. I am not going to block here, and they are welcome to kill us. Kill me, dead opponent. No blocks. That's true. We are in fact a fancy burn deck. Confirmed fancy burn deck. Come on. Come on. Hopefully this Delver flips so it can block Inkmoth next turn. Remember, this is not a wizard on the backside. I'm going to go ahead and fetch shock here, and I'm going to Harvest Pyre this Glistener Elf here. While they are tapped out. They could have another mutagenic growth, but another mutagenic growth is going to be like bad for us regardless, so. And I'm not going to attack here. We're definitely the control deck in this matchup, but I want to offer this trade here if they offer it to me. Even if they Blessing there, I still think that's fine for us. Have I tried this list with TT? I haven't, actually. I've not. I feel like I'd have to cut the Delver to do that. Why do we play Harvest Pyre? We play Harvest Pyre because it's a red spell that can kill Tarmogoyf. And it can kill Gurmag Angler. And it can kill... Like, Harvest Pyre obviously looks pretty bad here early game, but, like, when you draw it in the mid game, once you've gone back and forth and traded a bunch of stuff, it can regularly deal 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of damage to kill large threats. I think Harvest Pyre is better than the Dismember. Dismember makes it really hard to raise. Yeah, it's like a Fireball with Delve. That's exactly what it's like. I'm going to go ahead and block here. TT is Thing in the Ice. For people who are unfamiliar with that vernacular. Yeah, I think if you don't have a way to play hard removal spells in your blue-red deck, you should always have at least one of these, because it's fairly free. These decks don't use the graveyard that much. And then, like I said, I'm pretty happy to take this trade here. This is basically just like, traded my Delver for your threat. I have a Roast as well. I do think Harvest Pyre is better than Roast. The problem with Harvest Pyre is that you can't play multiple of them, basically, is the issue. They might be mono green. We haven't actually seen anything out of them other than green mana and Inkmoth Nexuses. The only lands they've played have been Pendelhavens and Inkmoths. Harvest Pyre also kills flying creatures, so it kills Mantis Rider against humans, which is important. You're obligated to insult the card you're killing. Yeah, yep. And we basically have 10 bolts in this deck, Anoronic, so we have 2 copies of Burst Lightning as well. I'm going to give you the best piece of advice you can get while playing against Infect. Never try to kill their creature inside of combat if it's not lethal. Or they're tapped out. Like, if they activate this Pendelhaven, I'm going to Wizard Lightning it in response, but if they just pass priority here, I'm going to take 1. Because the reason for this is, if they pass priority and I Wizard Lightning it, and then they Blossoming Defense to protect it, not only have they saved their creature, but they've also dealt 2 extra points of Infect. This is fine. And again, if they just pass priority here to deal 3, I'm just going to take it. I don't want to take extra Infect if I can avoid it. So now I'm going to go ahead and do this. Remember, they can't Pendelhaven this anymore because it's not currently a 1/1. Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious they have a Hexproof spell as well. I agree with that. I could also have something like that. All right. So hopefully this flips. We want this to either flip or we want to draw a blue or red source. So we just don't want a creature here. Needed an untapped blue or red source. All right, I should be more specific. I should know how this works by now, huh, chat? I should know how this works by now. Asked for, technically this is a creature, I guess, right? I asked for not a creature and we got a creature land. Yeah, Sprite would have been a good draw as well. That is correct. Sprite would have been okay. This deck needs favorable wins. They look to actually just be mono green Infect. Okay. Yep. No, I can't do that Innocence Myth because that requires triple colored mana, which is why I wanted to draw a blue or red source. You're a wizard, Harry. We are 3-0 in this league, and we are up a game in this 4th match. Isaac Mesner with the brand new tier 2 sub. Thank you for that very generous support. Be sure to take a look at the donation queue and then drop me a message in private. My tier 2 subs every month get to bump a deck in the queue by 10 points of their choosing as a thank you for supporting me at that higher level. Boop. Now we have a very quick clock here. That's true. If you want to time yourself out in this chat, give yourself a paddle in non-mods. If you type !timeout in chat, MTGBot will give you a complimentary automated timeout. Not that we are against having hardworking mods do it. We love to zap people too. But I'm just letting people know that there is an automation option. Incoming slaughter. For people on YouTube that don't see it, this is the chat that's scrolling right now. Just a slaughter. Just people pitching themselves off the building. Thank you for making my night, folks. Shout out to Dan Bopes for adding that for us. Oh, flip my Delvers to a Wizard Lightning. Don't mind if it does. We are truly a cult now. The boy at the bottom of the cliff is gonna have to work double time. If I'm the only one left, is anybody out there? All right. Well, we're 4-0. We're 4-0, chat. Thoughts so far? I think I want a third Nimble Obstructionist. I think I want a Disdainful Stroke. It's my deck in the sense that I'm currently playing it on stream, and I've been thinking about it a bunch and tuning it. But I think the concept of deck ownership is silly. Belligerent Mars 5-0, maybe. Darn computer systems taking the jobs of hardworking mods. How have I liked the Spellstutter Sprites? They're wonderful. They have a special place in my heart. You will pry them from my cold, dead hands. I'm ready for us to go 3-2 after this 4-0 start. Spellstutter Sprite, not close. They're not suicides, they're just taking naps. They're just friendly 600-second naps. Yep, Anoronics at the $100 worth of Bitly, so we're going to play one more league after this, which is great too, because we have an absurd amount of people. We have almost 1,400 people hanging out right now, so thank you. Everyone had a great weekend. God bless you, Anoronics. Besides Tron, what's the best deck types in your opinion against Jeskai and Jund? Mardu Pyromancer, not close. Mardu Pyromancer really buries the fair interactive decks. It just draws so many cards. Yeah, no Calebon right now is definitely part of the reason why we have so many viewers this evening. I like to pounce on opportunity and leverage it to its fullest extent. I'm going to play 5-color aggro in the league after this. We're going to cascade Bloodbraid Elves into Mantis Riders. That's going to be wonderful. You ever Crackling Doom some people? Gosh, it's been a while since I've Crackling Doom some people. Can I request a shameless shill? I'm always happy to shill, but our match just started. Gosh, we want another die roll? Let me tell you about winning die rolls with your tempo deck, chat. Let me tell you about winning die rolls with your tempo deck. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. 5-0, 1-0. We're both undefeated, chat. It's only fair. Okay, second Tron matchup. This is actually really good. I really want to play this Tron matchup. Really want to play this Tron matchup again. Get a better feel for it. Gosh, I hope they pass to our turn with this map. Gosh, I hope they pass to our turn with this map. We actually haven't Stone Rained anybody with the Nimble Obstructionist, I don't think, but it's been very, very good. Oh no. We beat Tron once this league. I don't actually think this next Tron matchup is that bad for reference. I'm gonna fetch Shock here too. Definitely want to just max my red mana. Confirmed not ghosting. God bless you, opponent. I used to play a Miser Shadow of Doubt in this deck back in the day. And this card's like a better Shadow of Doubt, basically. We are going to stifle the crap out of this Expedition map. And then they're going to, like, Natty Tron us anyways, and we're going to be, like, super salty, but I feel like it's wrong not to stifle this. It's going to be super feel bads when they have the Natties. We just get to be like Sultan. The next level ghost, they're actually ghosting, but they wanted us to do this so they don't get remanded next turn. They actually know what's up. They're like on the next level. Yes. All right. Alrighty. Yep. They need a power plant here. And for the record, I think calling it punishment for doing what we did would be wrong. I think we made the objectively correct play. And if they had the payoff, it's like, you know, it feels bad, but we still made the correct play. Like, that's definitely the way you have to approach those situations. Like, you're gonna descend into a pit of sanity if you try and punish yourself for making statistically correct plays and then getting beat anyways. It's not a power plant. You are very correct. Man, Moto's having a tough time tonight. Moto is having a real tough time. Nope. All right. Well, Clique's a pretty quick clock. Clique and Nimble Obstructionist are 3 power flyers that you don't have to flip because they're not Wandering one. Y'all thought this was... People were talking about this being a Delver deck. This is actually a Wandering one deck. Nope, no draw step Clique. You only want to draw step Clique if you can't beat the cards that they cast. And because we can beat the cards that they plan to cast by countering them, I'd much rather just counter them. Sometimes Moto just randomly slows down and it's not even full on memory. Because, like, I'd be pretty surprised if we're getting close to the memory hit again. We restarted pretty recently. Yeah, we're only at 1 gig of RAM right now, so the slowdown here is a little weird. What are they casting? So they have Ghost Quarter here. So if they have Oblivion Stone, I actually can't counter it with Sprite right now. Walking Ballista. Well, let's not have any of that, shall we? This isn't a computer resource issue. Like, my computer is encoding video and uploading to the internet, and none of that is lagging. This is a Magic Online quality software issue. Did I get Basic Mountain here? No, I'd rather have a blue source, right? They could have a Dismember here. If they have Dismember here, this actually goes pretty poorly for us. They get to, like, Dismember one of my things, then Walking Ballista shoot the other one, and I have no clock left. No Dismember is pretty absurd for us. Pretty good. Yes. And remember, this is a game where Delver never flipped. So if we win this game where Delver never flipped, you can only imagine the games where this dealt, 6 more points of damage, right? Towards Abzan Lone Pox, thank you very much for the biddies. I appreciate it. Thanks for the support, as always. Anybody who donates $1 or more, cheers 100 more bits, you can bump a deck in the queue. The people that support my content dictate what we play and how soon we play it as a thank you. Couldn't do this without all of them. They would have died this turn. So I think I just remand this, right? Because they're missing a land drop. And then I can play Vendilion Clique and maybe click it out of their hand. I also have Snap Remand for next turn. Yeah, sometimes Nerdster. Sometimes you just want to do it in response. That's unfortunate. So they're going to have Tron next turn. Oi, Punk's not dead. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. All right, so let's play this Clique. Teferi Cannon, please. Thank you, J-Robes, for the bits. I'm excited to run Teferi Cannon back tomorrow. Yeah, Delver, playing Delver in this deck while it generates some awkward feel-bad moments, like games like this, the important thing to remember about Delver in this deck is Delver is our modern nut draw. Delver is our card that allows us to just run opponents over sometimes. I would love to flip to that Lightning Bolt. Thank you. Were they dead? Did I just miss lethal? I just missed lethal, right? I could have attacked with this and had lethal. So I know I missed lethal. Shh, shh, shh. My fun money belongs to another, but here are some bits to compensate. Put this towards the deck of your choice. Thank you, Wallace Stream. I appreciate it. I'm aware I missed lethal. I was reading chat, you know, stuff like that. I think we're still in a good spot here, believe it or not, but... I didn't blame you. I blamed me for being distracted. Me saying I was reading chat is not blaming you. It's blaming myself because I was distracted. So what did we do last time? We cut these. And we cut these. And I cut... I'm gonna do this. What do we think of this? Black Green Rock, thank you for the Bitleys. I appreciate it. I think I like this configuration. Moist Junk with the 6-month resub. Thank you and welcome back. I appreciate it. Do I want to get the snag out? I guess it's pretty terrible against... It's a lot of their stuff. Just like get an extra Wizard Lightning in. Let's do this. Yeah, let's do this. I think I like this. I think I want another Nimble Obstructionist in my 75. Probably in the main deck for sure. No, the Delver... There aren't Delve threats that are blue-red. Stop it. Chat, we just played a game where Delver didn't flip until we no longer needed it to flip, and we won anyways. You can win games where your Delvers are terrible, and when your Delvers are great, you run them over very, very quickly. Delver is very good. When it's amazing, it's great. When it's good, it's amazing. And when it's bad, we can still win games. Team seems pretty okay. Pretty okay. Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, this deck plays the type of Magic that made me fall in love with Magic as a game. This is my favorite way to play Magic the Gathering. My favorite way to play Magic the Gathering. This archetype right here. 10 out of 10 playing with Threat on 1 though. Let's do that. Towards big Tef cannons, have to spread out my love. I got you. No, Temur Delver is a Stone Rain deck. It's not a Counterburn deck. Not super interested in Stone Raining people. Yeah, you should name the Tron piece they don't have on board because you don't want to turn the Tron piece they already have on board into a freebie. Would love to flip to Remand. So I'm actually not going to play the Alpine Moon here because I'd rather have a counterspell up. And I want to be able to counterspell Oblivion Stone when they play it. So I guess if they have natural Tron into Oblivion Stone, I don't get to counter it here. But I think it's right to just hold up counter magic this turn since I have the third land guaranteed. Have you worked on the Jeskai Spirits list, or should I refrain from bumping it? We're not going to play Jeskai Spirits tomorrow, Justin, because tomorrow is Meme Monday, and it doesn't qualify for Meme Monday. Black-white cars sounds cool. 10 out of 10. We are not out of the woodworks yet. They could have a way to kill this insectile aberration. Maybe I'm actually not supposed to fetch there because they could have a way to kill it. Awesome, Questa. Yeah, we're definitely playing Test Cannon tomorrow. Urza's power plant. So they're missing Urza's mine, right? Yep. Yep, so we'll name Urza's mine. What's on the roster for Meme Monday? We've got Tef's Cannon. We've got a Warp World deck. We've got blue-red. We got blue-black mill. And it's possible that these fetches are a little bit too aggressive here, and I should just like be holding Mana Leak up for possible removal. But it doesn't look like they have it, so let's just kill them. We won, Bionic. We won. I missed lethal for a turn, and we still won. So, have you ever double remanded someone and then mana leaked their follow-up play afterwards? If you haven't, I would highly recommend. If you haven't done that before, would highly recommend. No, I don't think I need a backup Alpine Moon for claim, because if they go to claim me, I can just I'm gonna mana leak this one now, I think. Although I guess if I remand into a burn spell, they're dead. So let's do that. I think I missed some bits. Thank you for the bits. How do you feel about Janky Goblin Burn? I think 8-Whack is one of the better decks in Modern. I think it's very good and very competitive. Are you feeling frustrated? Does it even make me put it on the stack? Concedes to me tapping lands. So that's a good question. So the reason why you don't name the Tron piece that they already have on the field with Alpine Moon is because Alpine Moon makes the cards you name tap for mana of any color. So you don't want to give them free filtering. Thoughts on this deck after that league? As promised, Belligerent Mars coming through with the 10k biddies for the 5-0. Thank you for the absurd support. I do appreciate that. Welcome. And Vexus, thank you for the brand new Twitch Prime. Thank you. Thanks for keeping me here. Thoughts on Delver Fae? Playing this deck in Indy. Gonna work on the details. Playing this deck in Indy. I'm gonna cut an Alpine Moon. And I think I'm gonna play an extra Disdainful Stroke. I think you missed my dono earlier. Put this towards JAC combo, the good one, or Black Red Hollowed one. Thank you, Deadpool. I appreciate it. We did 5-0. So this actually helped make red mana more than once, and the fact that it attacked for 4 was also relevant. So I think I kind of like this split. Sailor Dark, thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime. I do appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. You can never beat Mardu Pyromancer. You could play more Staticasters. Staticaster's absurd there. I don't know. I'm going to have to think on more specific changes that I want. And exactly how I'm making them. I think I want a third Nimble Obstructionist. I think I want this to be another counterspell. How exactly I'm going to make that happen is a question. It sounds like there's a smoke detector going off upstairs. I'll message my wife. All right, so again, I don't like building and tuning decks on stream because it just becomes this giant mess of people screaming. screaming card ideas at me, and it's not particularly good. So I'm going to think on this, and if you want to see the deck list after I think on it a little bit more, you should follow me on Twitter, or make sure you're in the subs Discord. We're not done for the night. I've got one more deck. If my wife doesn't message me back, though, I'm going to go upstairs and check and make sure that the smoke detector was just a dead battery. Probably the case, but probably better to be safe than sorry. It stopped going off, so I'm assuming it was a dead battery, and not that, like, flames already consumed and melted it. That would be the worst case scenario, right? I feel like if the house was being consumed in flames. Was she in chat? Oh, you replaced them. I got you, waifu. Thank you.